On a desolate, lifeless planet, a small titan of the Titan race knelt on one knee, lowered his head and looked toward Yuziu's group. Behind it, the rest of the titans stood motionless as winds swept dust and sand into the air. An uncountable number of titans had gathered. Their massive, muscular physiques and formidable forces made them impossible to underestimate, yet Yuziu, with a furrowed brow, faced them without a trace of fear. His sharp, commanding gaze swept across the gathered titans, his eyes locked onto the titan who had just released the small titan. Among the opposing group, 3 individuals had already reached supernatural rank 5. Yuziu's gaze shifted quickly toward the others behind them. Sizing up their strength, most were rank 3 or rank 4. Just then, Su Juan suddenly appeared, flying toward Yuziu. "Master!" he called. Yuziu turned at the voice. Su Juan landed in front of him with a flap of his wings. On his head stood Xiao Lam, completely unharmed. Seeing her, the cold, emotionless face of Yuziu finally softened into a faint smile. "Xiao Lam, you've had a tough time." Xiao Lam smiled with curved eyes and responded quickly. "I didn't let you down." A titan, now visibly impatient, barked out, "You bunch of clowns dare to threaten us?" Yuziu sneered, letting out a cold snort full of disdain. "We'll see who the real clown is," as the standoff between the two sides reached a boiling point. A voice suddenly cut in, "Ha! Unbelievable, the mighty Titan race is actually being pushed back by another force." Both Yuziu and the Titans looked up toward the source of the voice. A brilliant ring of light had appeared in the sky. Within the light, the faint silhouettes of the angel race shimmered. One figure gradually became clearer as it descended through the air. Upon seeing him clearly, the leading Titan immediately recognized him, Laru. With a loud boom, Laru finally landed. Choosing a high cliff not far away, he spoke in a calm tone. "I haven't come to fight, I'm just curious. Who would dare threaten the mighty Titan race?" The Titan leader roared furiously. "Are you trying to provoke me?" Laru replied indifferently. "Just curious, that's all." Suddenly, a terrifying surge of power erupted from Yuziu. His entire body was engulfed in blazing spiritual energy. The force shook the earth beneath his feet, splitting rocks and blasting debris in all directions. The eruption was so intense that even the Titans who had been arguing with Laru stopped to take notice. Laru himself was visibly shaken by the overwhelming pressure. Sweat poured from his face as he stared wide-eyed. "What is this? What kind of spiritual energy is this? How can it be so powerful?" Yuziu narrowed his eyes, his voice cold and forceful. "I didn't come here to listen to your squabbling." Laru's face paled in fear. I am Laru, one of the 4 great commanders of the Angel Star Domain. I only came for a visit." "I meant no offense." Only then did Yuziu glance at him. "If the price your Titan race offers doesn't satisfy me, then perhaps you and I can negotiate a different deal." Laru forced a stiff smile. "Ha ha." "Of course." Suddenly, the impulsive Jinglei threw a punch at Yuziu, shouting, "You're underestimating us far too much." But just before the blow could land, a large hand caught his wrist midair, halting his advance completely. Jinglei turned to see who had stopped him, and froze. A massive face loomed close. "Golden monkey." Stunned, Jinglei stammered, What? What kind of creature is that?" Golden monkey didn't bother responding. He simply curled his clawed fingers into a fist and launched a counterattack. With a single blow, Golden monkey easily grabbed Jinglei by the neck and smashed his head into the ground. A thunderous crash echoed through the air as the impact shattered rocks and sent dust flying in all directions. Yuziu remained unmoved, standing calmly atop the shattered stone. Seeing this brutal display, the small titan of the Titan race couldn't hold back and shouted, "You!" Suddenly, Zilien and Royal Insectoid appeared, blocking the small titan's path. Royal Insectoid glanced at Zilien and growled, "Don't move." Zilien narrowed her eyes and warned coldly, "Take one more step, and I'll kill you." It seemed the two were already clashing, each eager to claim the enemy for themselves. The rest of the titans, enraged by the provocation, charged forward. "Damn you!" One of them shouted, "Boom!" Emperor Crocodile suddenly appeared before them, spreading its massive wings to block their advance. Its eyes gleamed with a chilling light, and countless rocks began to float into the air under its control. At that moment, the small titan shouted, "Stop!" He looked directly at Yuziu and spoke, "We came here to negotiate." Yuziu stared coldly at him and warned, "If you dare raise your hand in front of me again, it will be considered a declaration of war." As soon as he finished speaking, he gave the order, "Golden Monkey, let go, pop!" Golden Monkey instantly reverted to his smaller form. Time passed. How long, no one could tell. The Titans began pushing massive blue cubic blocks toward a designated area. Boom! The giant blue cubes were stacked side by side in a neat formation. Yuziu stood in front of the blue blocks and muttered to himself, "These cubes. Each one. They look like towering buildings." In the blink of an eye, the blue cubes transformed. Now they looked like colorful mountains stacked together. Yuziu widened his eyes in disbelief. He felt as though he was standing amid an endless range of majestic mountains. This is spirit metal. Normally, finding even a small piece would be considered extremely precious. But here, there were hundreds of thousands of tons. Just then, from a distance, Golden Monkey could be seen lifting something twice its own size over its head and shouting loudly, "Master!" Yuziu turned his head toward him. Golden Monkey grinned happily and added, "Master, we found a seed." The system notification immediately popped up, "Primordial Divine Tree Seed. Innate Wutong contains Divine Tree bloodline." Yuziu's face lit up in astonishment. Innate Wutong. That's the sacred tree where the Divine Phoenix resides. Gazing at the fiery red Wutong seed before him, Yuziu made an immediate decision. This seed must be entrusted to the Phoenix. Only the Phoenix's divine flame could awaken and germinate it, and in return, the Phoenix could draw upon Wutong's undying essence to grow even stronger. The two were destined to support and enhance each other. Just then, the small titan spoke up again. "Everything you asked for has been prepared. But where is Mountain Titan?"